Kayla Price with Healthy Fit here. I want to introduce you to the newest member of the Rollga family, the Rollga Point. So this is my Rollga, and you'll notice the point is a little bit smaller in size, and the valleys here are closer together than your Rollga. So this will give you a different myofascial release than the Rollga because it's going to hit the muscles in a different area or location. This is a smaller piece, so it is more portable, and it has this amazing point that I'm going to be demonstrating in today's release video. So this video is going to use our Rollga Point for our lower body release, from our toes all the way up to our butt cheeks. You're gonna love this. We're gonna start with a foot release and a calf stretch. So we're gonna come to a standing position using our point. We're gonna rock on the peak, one of the peaks in the center. And then hold it back in a calf stretch. Let's do that on the other side, rocking back and forth, trying to release any tension in our feet that we might have. You can even stretch out the toes over the front and then come up into that calf stretch. We're gonna release the calves a little bit more now. So we're gonna focus our calf in one of the valleys here. I'm gonna take it in the larger one. And I'm just gonna roll it back and forth, pointing and flexing my toe. And then if I want a little bit more pressure, I can cross the legs. Now you might notice that there are some areas that you have a little bit more tension. I can feel a little bit of tension right there. And this is where that point comes in handy. Placing the round side of your Rollga Point on the ground. We're gonna provide support so it doesn't move around so much. Find that area. We can do circles. We can jiggle it back and forth a little bit. And move it to another part of the calf muscle, even turning to the side. Yowzers. Just what I needed. And the other part of the calf muscle. So the calf has three muscle heads, and you might find you need to move the leg in different directions to target each part of that calf muscle. Let's try that on the other side. Again, starting with the valley, and I'm gonna move to a different one just to see what the difference is. You'll notice that they're closer together than your Rollga, so it's gonna feel a little bit different. Point and flex, and you might find one area is a little bit more sensitive. These calves are tight. So that's what we need our point for. Again, finding support and placing the point where we need it. Going in circles. We can jiggle it back and forth, rotating the leg. So I'm going to turn to one side, get a different muscle head, and then to the outside. See, this side's not as tight. It might be different for you though. So this point is great for targeted release. Let's do the shins now because we can't forget those. Again, putting the shins in one of the valleys. We're gonna do one shin at a time, the point. This is a great massage. Feels amazing if you're starting to get shin splints, releasing all the muscle along the shin bone. Let's do that on the other side. Again, a great thing about the Rollga products is that we have those valleys and it's protecting your bones, but you're also getting a deeper self-myofascial release in less time because you're getting more muscle surface in each one of the grooves. Let's move on to our quads. And again, we're gonna roll first and then we're gonna point. Do that targeted release. I'm going to use the center for this, laying one quad on the point and rolling back and forth. I can use my feet from a forearm plank to kind of roll me up and down. You can also do this along the wall. I'm going to show you the other leg on the wall. Placing the Rollga point along the wall, we're going to do like a mini squat, applying pressure. We can even come up to our calves if we want. Placing it along the wall, doing a mini squat, adjusting it as needed so you get your whole quad released. So now we're going to use the point to target those quads a little bit more. Placing the point along the wall, give it support, and apply pressure. We can move it around and rotate to different parts of the leg. We want to make sure we keep a handle on the point. Most of my sensitivity is down closer to the knee connections. So that's where I'm targeting my trigger point release. You can do that on both sides. Again, working in the areas that you feel tension. You might have tension higher up. Play around with it a little bit and see where you need the most attention. Now we're going to move on to our IT band therapy work. And then we'll do a release on the wall with a trigger point. So the IT band, we're going to place the muscle in one of the grooves. I'm going to use the center in that beach pose. So our bottom leg is straight, our top leg is our pushing leg, and we're going to roll from the hip down to above the knee. Just like we did with the shoulders and the moving from front to back, we can adjust and feel it in a different spot by rolling towards the front or rolling slightly towards the back to target a different part of the muscle. All right, let's do that on the other side. Again, we want the leg straight, your other arm is your pusher. I usually start at perpendicular to the ground and then roll back slightly and roll front slightly. See where it's sensitive. Oh, right there. I found the spot. You can also do this on the wall. If you're doing this along the wall, you may have to adjust the Rollga slightly as you move, again, doing the mini squat. Same premise, we have our muscle in the valley and we roll up and down. make an adjustment, roll up and down as needed. It's time to use the point now for that trigger point release. Positioning our point along the wall, holding it with our supporting arm, and press. Again, you can wiggle side to side a little bit. Just make sure it's secure. You can make little circles. Again, most of my tightness is lower, so I'm going to target that area. I'm going to do that on the other side. Finding the area and applying pressure. Hamstring and glute time. Starting with the hamstrings, we're going to place one leg on one of the valleys and rock it from the above the knee down to the base of the butt cheek, just scooting yourself back and forth. Let's do that on the other side. Again, the bent leg is your pushing leg. You can use the point for release here as well. So when I do this, my point is actually at an angle. I'm still holding on to it, and I'm laying my leg over the top of it for pressure. Bend and straighten the leg if you want. We can also use the wall. Using the wall, we're using the same premise that we did with our quads, holding it with one hand and then applying pressure. We can do circles, wiggle it, or just keep it stationary. Same thing on the other side. We're going to find the area that needs a little added release and lean back and apply pressure. It's time to treat those glutes right. We are going to roll the glute, placing our spine in the center here. I'm gonna kind of sit on my point, rock back and forth. So again, my tailbone is in alignment with my spine, so it's protected. I can sit up a little bit, leaning back slightly to get more of the upper gluteus. Doesn't that feel great? Let's use the point now to really dig into that gluteus medius. Taking our point, getting it stable along the wall, and then pressing into your glute. I'm holding on to my Rollga, making little circles, really getting in there to try to release the muscle. Let's do that on the other butt cheek. Using the point, you'll get even a better self-myofascial release because it's going to target the muscles in a different way when used in combination with the other tools you already have in your toolkit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.